Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you are doing well in every part of the world you are. This is Mo again with another live, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning in every part of the world you are living at the moment. Happy your Saturday. Hope you have had a very wonderful week past and hope you are having a very lovely weekend ahead. Welcome to another episode of Business Talk. It's me, Mo from Brisbane, Australia. And for today, I'm gonna interview with one of the most experienced guys in this online business. Today's Graham from London, UK, going to join me in order to talk about different aspects of our online business and having a very wonderful business talk. So without further ado, let's go straight away. Graham, how are you?
Hey, mate, how you doing?
How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing
I'm
well. What are you
good.
up
I'm
to?
good. So there you are, all the way in Australia, and here I am in London. How amazing is that?
Yeah, yes, definitely right. This is one of the real beauties of this online business, joining all people together from different part of the world, from different time zones, and yeah, catching each up with each other. London, if I'm not mistaken, is 10 a.m. In the morning. Am I right?
It is. You're right. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, 10 a.m. in the morning Saturday, and here in Australia, 7 p.m. in the afternoon of Saturday. So, and yeah, the other part of the world, for example, in the Western Hemisphere, let's say in UK, in the US and Canada, it's almost let's say 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning. So they're not going to watch us at the moment right now, unless they are midnight oilers. But yeah, here we go. We are living straight away from Brisbane, Australia, and London, UK. For all the guys watching us from Europe, from Australia, from other part of the world that you are watching. So, without further ado, Graham, would you please tell us a little bit more about what you're doing and what were you up to before joining this online business, and what the let's say profession do you have at the moment, and other details?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll be happy to. So, okay, guys. So yeah, my name's Graham. I'm 43, and as you know, I come from London. And for the last 10, 11 years now, I've been working full time in engineering. Now, the job that I actually do, we make a lot of the parts for London Underground trains. So it's quite a physical job. It's long hours, really long hours. And I'm talking about 12 and a half hour shifts.
Oh my God.
So
Oh
yeah,
my
it's a killer. And yeah, I've been doing this it's coming up to 11 years now. And I just felt as if I wanted to do something different rather than keep doing the same thing. You know, which was mainly one of my whys for doing this. But previous to the role that I'm doing at the minute, it's always been kind of industrial, manufacturing. I have done some sales roles as well. So it's
really?
always, yeah, I've done some sales roles. I was actually selling Italian furniture at one point, dining tables and sofas.
Versatile man, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done a few things. And
I think skills you have, but
I think one of the things in life for all of us, we need to just not focus on one thing. We need to be, we need to be able to sort of do other things alongside what we're doing. So
juggling between these activities, it is a really, really, really interesting thing that you have. Yeah.
I've always done other stuff alongside my full-time job, so I've always been kind of a little bit entrepreneurial, pretty much all my life. But I wanted to be able to move away from what I'm doing into something a little bit more beneficial to free me up, obviously some time, because I do not want to carry on doing these 12 and a half hour shifts. It's just ridiculous. So moving into the online space is the start of that, and what's beginning to help for me, so I can move away from these ridiculous hours. Everybody wants more time, don't they? More time, more money. So the only way we're going to do that is by doing something different.
Definitely right. Yeah. Having a financial security, having a time freedom has been one of the two most important reasons that everybody, is seeking, or let's say is after, and is trying their best in order to have these two fundamental, let's say properties, or let's say fundamental, features in their life, in their personal life, in their private life. So for those of guys that let's say it is not been familiar with me, even viewing from my page or your page, this is Mo from Brisbane, Australia. I'm 35-year-old. We are a family of three: my wife, my daughter, and me. Emigrated to Australia in 2020, and I'm a supply chain professional by profession. and as a digital business owner, as Graham is, and joined this online business, of course, after Graham, because Graham is one of the most experienced guys in this online business with more than 2 years. But yeah, for me, it's been several months, but yeah, I'm doing my success story at the moment. And as Graham said, as always, it's been one of my fantasies, one of my dreams, in order to have a, let's say, house for myself and have a lovely, or let's say, a luxurious car, and having the time freedom without having any limitations in going, for example, into a vacation, or let's say having a financially secured life. So these features has always been one of my dreams. And let's say after my marriage in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, I've always been into having a second source of income apart from my let's say first profession. And I've been doing all my best during the past 10 years, to be honest. But unfortunately, there has been a lot of let's say failure for me, because there are a lot of difficulties out there when you're joining the online business, the other online guys, the other online solutions such as Amazon, Shopify, or let's say cryptocurrencies or Forex, because all of them has a lot of difficulties in terms of the volatility, in terms of the amount of time that you're going to put in order to gain a very little, let's say, amount of income as a monthly basis. And and of course, a lot of illegitimacy, a lot of, for example, dark points when you're talking about the cryptocurrency trading, because you're not gonna, for example, know that whether your money is coming from or where your money is gonna come to. So it's gonna go to. So I've lost thousands of dollars, unfortunately, in these online businesses. And after that, and let's say one day I was so disappointed, because I didn't have any other choices, Graham. To be honest with you guys, I didn't have any other choices that day, around several months ago. And I was sitting in a bus station near the streets, and I was schooling my social media when I first watched an advertisement in YouTube in my social media. And it was a lady that was inviting everybody in order to join her, and after that registering their name and email address, and after that watching a free webinar. So I decided to do that, and after that my world totally changed by watching that free webinar, because I saw that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of real people, real simple people doing an online business and making thousands of dollars on a daily basis. And it was pretty out of mind, pretty a game changer opportunity for me. And I doubtlessly joined this without any delay. So that's enough for me at the moment. And Graham, for the second part, would you please tell us a little bit more about what we are doing? Because a lot of people are asking us about what is this online business. Please tell us, as an experience, as a coach, as a business coach, please let us know about different parts or different aspects, main features of this online business that we are doing.
Yeah, sure. And also, just to touch on that point you were making just a minute ago there, with regards to be able to afford a house and being able to have a nice car and all of these luxury items. Being working in the role that I do and in the role that you do, what we earn we're capped to a level of what we can actually earn. So some of these things that we want are slightly out of reach for us. So when you work online, when you kind of work for yourself, your earnings become uncapped. Okay, so you've got the potential to have all of these things and all of these items that you want. I've never been in a position where I've been able to have enough money to put aside to say, right, okay, there's my money for the deposit for my house. I've not been in that position to do that. My job that I do allows me to have a reasonably comfortable lifestyle, but it doesn't give me that chunk of cash that I want to maybe put towards a retirement or a home to buy. So that was another one of my whys. Now, again, with this business that we do, one of the main aspects of this business, which is a great help, is the community side of what we do. Now, sometimes when people talk about online businesses and starting a new business, and people don't have a clue about what they're doing, you get thrown in and you say, right, there you go, do this, do that, and you'll be up and running. Now, with us, it's totally different. Okay, we've got a complete full support network. So when you decide to you watch the webinar like we both have, and you decide that this is the vehicle that you want to use to get yourself into the online space, you become part of a global community. Now, I think last time I checked yesterday, I think we're up to 97,000 people globally in our community.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. Now, I came into this in March 2019. Now, when I started this, there were 14,000 people in our community. So you can see the growth of this. It's just blowing apart globally. So that's one of the great things is the support that we get. So you get put into this community where everybody who is running their business is. So you get to meet everybody, you get to talk to everybody, you get the support from everybody, from those 97,000 people across the globe, all working towards the same goals. You've got the support. So to be successful in anything in life, you need to be surrounded by people who are thinking and acting in the same kind of way that you are. You're all striving towards these goals. So that's one of the main aspects of this business that I like, is the community side of it. And not only that, is the mentorship and coaching that you get along with it. Now, what I mean by that is when you come in, you decide to start your business, you're then placed with somebody who will be your mentor throughout your entire business journey, and somebody who will also be your coach. So when you're working through the training system we've got, and it's all online, the training, it's all mostly video based, so you can pause, skip, rewind, go back and all that. So you can follow it at your own pace. You've got your mentor you can reach out to if you get stuck. You've also got your coach you can reach out to if you get stuck. Okay, so you've got all these different levels of support with this, and everybody wants you to do well. Okay, so that for me are probably the most beneficial things with this business, and probably why I decided to start.
Definitely right. Yeah, thank you so much for touching on these let's say important features of this online business that we are doing at the moment. And I want to touch a little bit on another features of this online business, and this is the legitimacy of this online business, because there are a lot of the online businesses out there, and different, let's say, type of scenarios out there. But this online business that we are doing is let's say a really let's say a real game in the town. And that's why we are talking about this online business as a legitimate online business, because you are paying, guys, for this online business. You're paying tax for this online business, and this online business is passing your information to the tax authorities of your countries that you're residenting on, and you're gonna paying tax for this. So this is very important features of this online business, because there are a lot of online businesses out there that you are not relying, you cannot rely on the income as a source of income, as a real source and legitimate source of income. But this online business, you are absolutely let's say free of any hassles when you are talking about this online business, when you are earning from this online business, because you are paying tax for this online business. And the other very important features of this online business, Graham, correct me if I'm wrong, but the main and the ultimate source and the ultimate goal for everybody that is joining this online business is being benefited from the retirement plan of this online business. Absolutely. And what is the retirement plan, guys? The retirement plan is the amount of point that you're reaching after, for example, 2 or 3 years of being in this online business, for example, but based on some specific criteria that should be passed and should be, for example, should be gotten in order to get this point. But after reaching this point, you're gonna have at least $5,000 a month, and after that, even more than that, until the end of your life as a monthly basis. And after that, this amount of point, this amount of money that you are gonna earn on that time is gonna be passed on to anybody that you are assigning, and in order to get, let's say, benefited after your death. So this is the inheritance feature of this online business. These two features of let's say, of not ever seen in any other online businesses out there. Graham, if you're agreeing with me, please join me. Please complete my point of view. Please add your touch on these features, Graham.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Now, everyone's goal in life, in online business, is obviously to work towards having some kind of passive income. Okay. Yeah. And like you say, when you reach a certain level in this business, you actually do get that passive income. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, okay? There is no get-rich-quick thing in this world, let alone in business, okay? It doesn't happen. It takes time, it takes perseverance. Time, perseverance, and determination is what's going to get you there. But when you're surrounded with the people that are also walking the same journey that you are, it makes that incredibly easier. Now, there are 3 different levels of pay that we actually get within our business. When you come in and you watch the webinar, we'll explain those because it will take quite a while to go through those because there's quite a lot of steps to go through. So we do get 3 different levels of payment with this business, and ultimately we end up with passive income. Now, when you're getting passive income, like you say, you know, that the benefit of that starts at 5,000 a month for the rest of your life and goes up from that point. Now, also, it's a legacy business, so we can pass it down to children. So, you can build the business as quick or as slow or as however you want to, whichever method you want to do it. But you know that at the end of that, you can pass that down to your children. Like you say, yes, it's totally legitimate. We have to pay our taxes. I'm registered as self-employed as well as working full-time. So I pay my taxes on this too. There are so many different things out there online that you can do. And there are so many scams out online. Yes. It's crazy when you scroll through some of the stuff that you see. There's all of these MLM companies, where you're trying to buy all these little potions and trinkets and things like that, and you're having to stock them, then you're going to have to resell them. With our business, we don't have to sell anything. I know that sounds crazy, but we don't actually sell anything. The back end of the system takes care of that for us. Okay, we've got a 90% automated system with this. It's like having an office in your back pocket, so you can get on with the rest of your day, and then you just commit to doing 100% to your 10%, and it's as simple as that. So you haven't got to bug family and friends, because sometimes when you do these MLM businesses like the Avon things and that, you've got to hold parties and you've got to get people around to your house and you've got to try and sell all this amount of product per month to reach your target. We don't have any of that. We don't have none of that. And that's what's great about this business, that it's because it's automated. Most of all the back end kind of the work is done for you. Again, which is explained on the webinar that we do twice a week. Now, that webinar we do live twice a week, and the reason for that is because we've got so many people globally that want to come and watch. And on average, we're getting around 200 people per day.
More than 200 people. 250 people, which again is mind blowing, and because it's all based online and it's globally, you can, as long as you've got your laptop and your smartphone, you're good to go with this. Absolutely right. And you're talking, let's say, about different aspects, different dimensions of this online business, which is absolutely let's say being time independent and place independent, or let's say location independent, because you're gonna doing this online business, guys, in every virtual place in the world, just by having a connection to the internet and having at least a cell phone, which is, for example, a 4G cell phone. That's it. So you don't have any other. You don't need any other device. You don't need any other things, like, for example, your let's say high performance laptop or high performance mobile phone. No. It's not needed at all. You're just needing a cell phone which is connected to the internet. That's all. That's finished. You're not needing any office. You're not needing any, for example, employee to hire. You're not needing any place to hire. Any place to rent, and you're not needing, for example, to pay for any utility at all. So you're gonna only, for example, paying for your internet charges. And that's one of the beauties of this online business that we are doing. One of the main features of this business model that we are doing, which has made this online business a real game in the town, the only game in the town, guys. And as you truly said, Graham, we are not dealing with any products at all. And that's one of the game changers of this online business, alongside the retirement plan and the, let's say, pass-on features of this online business, having not dealt with any products at all, which is absolutely a peace of mind, Graham. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've done the Amazon, I've done the Shopify before that, joining this online business. I told you a few minutes ago. So, but when you're dealing with that, let's say hacking, let's say online businesses out there, you are heck a lot of let's say amount of money to put on getting the goods, stocking them, or let's say after that selling them to the different guys and dealing with, for example, Chinese guys as a sellers or other guys out there. And there are heck a lot of overhead that you always you as an let's say the only person should bear on your shoulder. And this is completely let's say putting a lot of pressure on your shoulder, and it's not gonna, for example, let you live alone. And yeah, but by joining this online business, you're not dealing with any products at all. You're only advertising about yourself, about yourself, about your capabilities, about your lifestyle, about your attraction, let's say attributes, about your let's say lifestyle, about your main features, or let's say about your physical, or let's say spiritual things that you're experiencing at the moment after joining this online business, according to that very well training, step by step, almost fully automated system, and the user-friendly training system that we are offering, guys. So yeah, these are the main features of this online business that me and Graham are let's say covered for you. So Graham, let's say talking about a mindset, Graham, if you are agreeing with me, because mindset is a driving force for everybody, for every, let's say, situation. In every situation, when you're talking about mindset, I mean positive energy that you are giving and you're receiving from the, for example, atmosphere, or from the, let's say, the world, the outworld, the world out there, the universe in total. So please talk a little bit, or let's say get us through the mindset features of this training system that we are offering. I know that you as a coach are dealing with a lot of people on a daily basis from different parts of the world in order to complete their coaching calls, in order to insert them into this online business. So you've had a heck a lot of experience in dealing with different kind of people with different kind of personality and something like that. So please get us through these features and the importance of having a very positive mindset, or let's say having a very positive, let's say, point of view about the world and about joining this online business and about having a very super, let's say, legitimate source of income.
Yeah, and mindset. Wow, that is a big thing. And my mindset has changed completely since I started doing this business. I've always been quite a positive person. But this has just taken that to another level. Now, as human beings, we're all very guilty of procrastination. Now, what I mean by that is we're all very guilty of putting things off till tomorrow. I'll leave that. I'll do that tomorrow. I won't, I've plenty of time to do that. I'll do that next week. But what you're doing when you're doing things like that, you're just putting things off that you can do today. Now, it's all about mindset and changing how you look at things. Now, with this, you get some mindset training when you come into this, and it enables you to think differently and to think more confidently and to be more positive on your outlook on things. And you've got to try and think to yourself, when we go to work and we earn our money full time, we're going to work and we're basically selling our time to that person. Okay. And in my honest opinion, time is priceless. It's something you're never going to get back. So I don't like to say how much I'm worth per hour, because I know I'm worth a lot more than that. Now, when we talk about mindset and we sort of bring that into the same equation, what you've got to try and do is realize that there are other things out there that you can do very easily once you step out of that comfort zone. Now, when you say comfort zone, when we go to work, we've got our job, we're earning our wage, we're doing a bit of overtime, we're in this circle, we're in our comfort zone. So we don't realize that outside of this circle, outside of that comfort zone, there's a heck of a lot more opportunity out there to be had. But sometimes what we need is like just a gentle shove in the right direction to get us there. Now, being a coach, I'm blessed to be a coach within this business. And one of my roles as a coach is I get to jump on the phone with people who are interested in starting their business. And I talk to them and we work out a plan that's tailored to them in the best way possible for them to actually start their business. So it's all personalized to them. And what I do then is I then work alongside them with their mentor and get them set up in the best possible way. So being able to do that is a blessing with this, because I can actually talk to people. I'm like the front face of people who you know, they have their first interaction with me. So I'm blessed to do that. And when I talk to these people and I hear their whys and why they want to start an online business and, you know, what they've been through in their lives, some of the stories you hear from people are quite horrific, what they've been through. And, you know, they're ready to make that change. But when it comes to mindset, you know, you've got to be ready. You've got to want to do something different. And you've got to realize that you are capable of doing far more than what you actually do at the minute. You just need something to get you there, something to help you realize that. And by doing this, by doing an online business and getting the training that we get with this, you'll find it so much easier. So, you know, it's even, to me, I used to get really stressed out driving. You know, sometimes when you're driving, you get stuck behind someone in the traffic and you're trying to get to where you want to go.
Yes.
You know, all we're doing, yeah, it's crazy because all we're doing is we're just wasting our life today because we want to rush there, we want to rush here, we want to rush there. What you've got to try and do as well is learn to enjoy the present moment. Okay, we're all on a journey in life, whichever that journey is, whether it's a business journey, a spiritual journey, whatever you're doing. But what we've also got to do is remember to enjoy the steps and the present moments along that journey. Okay, sometimes we all get bogged down about, oh, we need to get 10 grand in the bank, we need to get 20 grand in the bank. What happens when you've got that 20,000 in the bank? You want 30. What happens when you've got that 30? You want 40. So all we're doing is we're striving. And when we keep striving, what happens is we never arrive. Okay, so what we got to do, we got to work with the law of attraction and universal law. And we've got to stop negative thoughts and we've got to be positive, because what happens is when you think all these positive thoughts and you're doing positive actions and you're working towards your goals, naturally it's going to come to you. Okay. When you're negative and you think, oh, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to be able to do that, I'm never going to be able to run an own business, you're attracting all that negativity back to you. The universe is thinking, hey, that's what this guy wants. Let's give him some more things to worry about.
The law of attraction.
The law of attraction. It's a big thing. And I never really found out much about it until I come into this. And now it's a daily part of my life. Alongside what I do business wise. So mindset is key in everything, not just in business, but in life in general. Absolutely. You know, and positive thinking, and being surrounded by people who think the same way.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And this is the online business that we are doing, guys, fooling, let's say, a lot of people, full of a lot of like-minded people with a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive thinking about what we are doing and what we are going to go in order to get and reach that amount of, let's say, residual income that we talked about a little bit earlier. So, to wrap up this very lovely business interview that we have had so far, Graham, if you're interested in, let's say, talking about different steps of joining this online business, I'm talking about the first step. The first step, guys, is registering your name and email address free of any fucking charge in either my website or Graham website that is sliding down the bin. We're gonna, let's say, of course, write it in the comment section after this live interview. And watching a free webinar, we are gonna, let's say, going live 2 times on a weekly basis. And either you're gonna catching the replay, the latest replays, because we're gonna having live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, let's say 5 p.m. and the PST, Pacific Standard Time. And but you're gonna catching the replay by joining this, let's say, website, registering your name and email address, and after that you're going to receiving an email including a link to watch a free webinar. And what is the step number 2, Graham? This is you.
Yes. So once you've watched the webinar, which is around 90 minutes long, okay, so they'll explain the entire business model in this 90 minutes. Plus you will get to hear from people across the globe who are doing this business, like myself and Mo, who will be on there, and they'll be telling you their journey on why they decided to do it and how they're getting on. So it's a great thing to watch. I actually watched it 3 times before I decided to start.
Mine is 4.
And I had
I was skeptical before joining this online business, to be honest with you guys.
I
was very skeptical before joining this online business. I watched it 3 or 4 times before joining this, let's say, before stepping into the step number 2, which is going to telling about us.
Exactly. So you watch the webinar. Now, at the end of the webinar, you get an option to come into our community and to get some training that you can get as well. And also what we do to be able to do that, we have a fee of $149. Okay, so you pay the $149. That then gets you into the community that we were talking about, the 97,000 plus community we got. You get 3 hours worth of training, which explain more about what we do, how everything works. And then this is the thing that made me do this, is you get 30 days to make your mind up. Okay. So you're looking around, you're seeing what's going on. You think, okay, yeah, I'd like to start this business, and you get started. You book your coaching call and you have a chat with me or one of the other coaches within the business.
Yeah.
But in that 30 days, if you don't like what you see, if you think, you know what, this really isn't for me, you get a refund and you just get the 149 back and you go on your merry way. So it's been made
100% refund without charging anything. Yeah,
exactly. And you know, it's what I like about that. It makes everything transparent. It makes everything crystal clear. So if you don't like what you see, if you feel it's not for you, you just walk away and you get your money back. So you know, it's completely risk-free. And the thing is, at the moment, what happens is if you don't, you know, if you don't decide to take the next step, you're never going to kind of think, or you're never going to know whether you can, you know, this may change your life as it's changing many people's lives. You know, we're seeing so many different things within our community of what's this is allowing people to do. But you need to take that first step. You know, nobody can take that first step for you. You've got to say, right, okay, yeah, I'm ready for change. Let's have a look at this. I want to get online, and this is the vehicle that I want to use. What do I do? Where do I go? Watch the webinar, pay the 149, come in and have a look.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because unless you're gonna joining us, unless you're gonna taking a step forward and step out of your comfort zone, you're not gonna understand what we are doing and what the heck we are earning, guys. This is absolutely free of any fucking charges for you guys, and it is absolutely free of any kind of, let's say, errors, any kind of, for example, fake things or other things like that. So yeah. And to add my ending, let's say, point of view, to add my ending to, let's say, talking on this topics. And if you are guys out there, and if you are a fence sitter, if you don't have any idea about what businesses are you're gonna do, for example, in 2021 or even in 2022, because this online business is booming, has been let's say more active, and has been has been more than 700% since Graham joined this online business. Graham told in the very early beginning of this interview that more than 20,000 people, sorry, more than 40,000, 4,000 people. Yeah, am I right? 14,000.
It was 14,000 when I started, and we're now at 97
people in 2019, and right now 94,000. Almost 700% increase in less than 2.5 years. This is absolutely mind-blowing, guys. This is absolutely, let's say, the phenomenal things that we are experiencing at the moment. And this is the power of online media. This is the power of social media. This is the power of online work, guys. That is the absolute trend in 2021, 2022, 2023. And absolutely, and upward trend, guys. So if you don't have any specific idea about what you're gonna do, if you don't have any business idea, this is the business idea that we are offering to you guys, because this business is a completely legitimate and completely different businesses to all other businesses out there. Thank you so much, Graham. If you let's say have anything to tell us.
Yeah, I would say to anybody who is kind of thinking about doing something and don't know what to do, or if they're worried that they haven't got the experience and they've never been in business before, they don't know how to run a business. Look, I'm an engineer. I make parts for trains. I had no clue whatsoever on how to run a digital business. None. Okay. And if someone said to me 2 years ago, you'll be sitting there having an interview with somebody in Australia talking about our digital businesses, I would have said you were mad. Here we are. Okay.
Absolutely.
So it's, you know,
but
take
you wouldn't have
step.
been mad in order to do this online business. Yeah. Without having any experience, without having any, let's say, previous experience of any doing fucking things, you're gonna having, let's say, very successful career here by joining this online business because you're gonna having a mentor, you're gonna having a coach, you're gonna having a very, very, very extensive training system, guys. So thank you so much, Cam. It's more than half an hour that we were supposed to do that. So thank you again for having the time, for putting your time, and for being with me and interviewing with me. And thank you, guys, all of you guys, all of the guys, Atiye, Saba, Yasaman, Azadeh, Maritis, Margaret, all of you guys that you're joining live. And yeah, wish you all the best. All the best, and have a lovely weekend ahead. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.